Hey, how we doing out there, my fun-loving patriots? It's a beautiful day. It's Friday here, and it's a beautiful sunny day in Arizona, and I wanted to talk to you guys about some current events. Can you believe it? The hypocrisy is unreal, but I'm going to break it on down for you. A lot of talk lately about Joe Biden's classified documents. Where were they? Where were they found, and when, and how? There's a lot of unanswered questions. In fact, guys, the more things that we find out, the more questions I actually have. But first, I want to start with the full-blown hypocrisy. Watch this play out in an interview that Biden did on 60 Minutes. Not just didn't age well, Joe, real recently, talking about the raid at Mar-a-Lago, and here is Joe's input on that.
Have you been briefed, sir, on the top-secret documents that were found at Mar-a-Lago?
No.
No one has come to you to warn you that important national security secrets were revealed by the storage of those documents at the former president's home?
I have not personally spoken to anyone on that in that regard. I'm sure my administration is aware of all of that, and so is the National Security Council, but I have not.
Yeah. Were you notified of the FBI's execution of a search warrant at Mar-a-Lago?
No, not ahead of time.
The FBI spread the documents out on a floor to make a record of what was found.
All the documents
When
all over the floor.
you saw the photograph
put on
of
a little bit of
the
a show
top
there,
secret
guys.
documents laid out on the floor at Mar-a-Lago, what did you think to yourself, looking at that image?
How that could possibly happen, anyone could be that irresponsible. And I thought, what data was in there that may compromise sources and methods? By that I mean names of people who helped, or et cetera. And it's just totally irresponsible.
And you don't know what was in those documents?
I have not asked for the specifics of those documents because I don't want to get myself in the middle of whether or not the Justice Department should move or not move on certain actions they can take. I agreed I would not tell them what to do and not, in fact, engage in telling them how to prosecute or not.
Okay, so there you have it. Biden's actually asking, what were your thoughts when you saw all of those documents? They were displayed on the floor just for record-keeping purposes. No, guys, we know that there's nothing that happens in the liberal media that isn't completely staged, okay? They put all of Trump's documents, all of the classified documents that were there, they spread them out on the floor, probably next to Melania's underwear collection, the FBI panty raiders. Just the level of hypocrisy. Joe, what were you thinking when you saw something, saw all those documents? I thought, how could something like that happen? How could someone be so negligent? You're right, Joe. Guess what? How could somebody be so negligent? That's you, because you've squirreled away documents, and by the way, nobody knows what they are. And there's two reasons for this. Nobody knows what the documents really are because. And let me ask you guys this really quick. Do attorneys have top secret clearance? Do attorneys have them? And the reason I ask is this, is that the FBI was denied access to search for the documents, but Joe Biden's attorneys were there present to go and gather the documents and then secure them, so to speak, where? I have no idea. Hopefully more secure than next to Joe's Corvette. But the attorneys looked at top secret documents, and the FBI was not allowed to be present on the premises during this. The weaponized DOJ, the liberally weaponized Department of Justice, was not present. They weren't even allowed to be there because Joe's lawyers needed to see if there was anything incriminating that was left there. But guess what? It was reviewed by Merrick Garland, who is obviously super liberal and super in the bag. But even what did he do? He decided it was important enough to appoint a special counsel. And you're going to see how that plays out. And there's a couple of questions I have about that. But I want to bring you Peter Doocy actually pressing Joe on this during a press conference recently. Kind of beautiful stuff. And then you see Joe the robot respond. I'm going to play this for you guys now.
Our troops.
Mr. President, thank you, Mr. President.
Okay.
Classified material
next to your Corvette. What were you thinking?
Let me, I'm going to get a chance to speak on all this, God willing, soon. But as I said earlier this week, people, and by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage, okay? So it's not like you're sitting out in the street.
So
But anyway.
was in a locked garage.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
Yes, as well as my Corvette.
What were you thinking?
But as I said earlier this week, people know I take classified documents and classified materials seriously. I also said we're cooperating fully and completely with the Justice Department's review. As part of that process, my lawyers reviewed other places where documents in from my time as vice president were stored, and they finished the review last night. They discovered a small number of documents of classified markings in storage areas and file cabinets in my home and my personal library. This was done in the case of the Biden Penn. This was done in the case of the Biden Penn Center. The Department of Justice was immediately, as was done, the Department of Justice was immediately notified, and the lawyers arranged for the Department of Justice to take possession of the document. So we're going to see all this unfold. I'm confident. Thank you very much.
And there you have it. What were you thinking, Joe? Well, it's next to my Corvette. My Corvette's locked up, by the way. Well, your crackhead son Hunter's been driving that Corvette around quite a bit lately in the home that, wait, is this the same home that he's been laundering money? I mean, paying rent over $50,000 a month to the big guy? I don't know. There's a lot more questions. But so far we have the first batch of documents were found right before the midterms. Of course, the press and the White House. So why would Joe have said anything about it at that point? And then, of course, FBI agents were not allowed. We have just his own attorneys that were present for it. And then Merrick Garland, of course, appointing the special counsel. Real interesting stuff that's going on with that. And it's okay, though. It's okay. Because, to the rescue, of course, the ladies of The View, a.k.a. Joy Behar, which was really a strange name, Joy. She provides no joy to the world. But anyway, I digress. Here's a little clip of her and her wonderful nonsense.
I think that what you just said is right, that there are differences in what happened.
Yes, but the optics are not good.
Well, we all know that Trump is a liar and a thief. We know that. It's not that big a jump to say that he obstructed and he lied. We don't think that Biden is a liar and a thief, so we give him the benefit of the doubt. That's partly what's going on.
So it's okay because we give Joe the benefit of the doubt because we don't believe that he's a liar and a cheat. Just Donald Trump is a liar and a cheat, right? We don't believe that. No, we do believe. We know, and it's been well documented that Joe Biden is, number one, a liar, epically so, and it's been proven over and over again. And cheating, well, we can get into that other time. It's seriously unreal how this thing is starting to shake out. There are a few things that I really have questions about. Number one, the timing of this, why the lawyers were there, why the FBI was not, what Merrick Garland really hopes to accomplish by appointing a special counsel. Now, is this because Trump is also under investigation by his own special counsel? They got special counsels going around everywhere. If you guys want one for yourselves to find your freaking car keys, hey, Merrick Garland will get you that special counsel. We'll figure this shit out together, right? But who knew what when? Karine Jean-Pierre, forget about her nonsense. She makes me want to vomit every time I look at her. Just the lies that are spewed out of her mouth about this whole situation. It's guys, just stay tuned. I'm going to have a lot more on this later on as we find out more facts, and I will bring you more details. I promise you, you will have a lot more information on this moving forward as soon as we have it, and I'm able to break it down and get some more questions answered. I promise I'll be sharing that with you guys. But one of the main things is here, have no fear. At least Joe has no regrets. No regrets about his handling, regardless of the fact that Merrick Garland's now got a special counsel that's going to be up his ass, potentially. But, once again, the DOJ controlled by the Dems. Unless the Dems are doing what they can to get Joe out of the way for someone new. Some new fresh blood into the Democrat Party yet. Who could that be? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the guy who's in this next clip with Joe?
You know, I will answer the question, but here's the deal. You know, what quite frankly bugs me is that we have a serious problem here we're talking about. We're talking about what's going on, and the American people don't quite understand why you don't ask me questions about that. But having said that, what's your question?
That you did not reveal the existence of the documents back in November before the midterm.
Hang on, okay? Look, as we found a handful of documents were filed in the wrong place.
Okay.
We immediately turned them over to the archives and the Justice Department. We're fully cooperating and looking forward to getting this resolved quickly. I think you're going to find there's nothing there. I have no regrets. I'm following what the lawyers have told me they want me to do. It's exactly what we're doing. There's no there. Thank you. All
right. And there you have it, guys. Joe doesn't regret anything. I guess no regrets. No regrets. Such a hilarious image. But there you go. This was Joe in his younger days. It's really astounding to me. The number one, as we talked about, the level of hypocrisy. Only Donald Trump would do something this egregious. Not bad. Egregious is a very big term. Only he would do something so bad because apparently, according to Joy Behar, might as well be Joy, that we expect that sort of behavior from Donald Trump, but not Joe Biden. So, of course, as Joe said, there's no there. I wish I remember what politician said that first, but it's got to be one of the most overly used political speak terms. There's no there. It's wait until you're going to hear the term this next week. It's a nothing burger. A nothing burger? Come on, guys. Anyway, that's what we have right now. No regrets from Joe, but there probably will be very, very soon. And this all works right into the probe that's going to go into everything the House Oversight Committee is investigating right now. And we're going to find out what's going on because they got to find out who had access, who had custody of these documents. And guess what? With Hunter living in the house and who knows how many hookers or whoever coming around or what, you just know the chain of custody is screwed and from top to bottom. Guys, hang tight with us. We're going to bring you some more information. As I mentioned, do me a favor, click the subscribe, maybe the notification bell. Stick with us. I'll have you more stuff this next week and maybe something over the weekend. That's about it. We love you all. Jeremy's got Liberty Bugle Town Hall out for now. Take care. Bye-bye.